Yeah, man.
First, I'm just gonna introduce you who you are, and then we'll go off that. All right, guys. Today I'm with Lano, right? Lano Trades.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm with Lano Trades. He's become one of my good friends in my Discord. Talk on the daily, stuff like that. He's been killing it recently. Last month he had a 20K month. The month before that he had a 10K month. But it wasn't the easiest journey overall. He says it took him around 5 years to finally become profitable. So I think it's gonna be fun today just to pick his mind and kind of see where he started and what happened and maybe what helped him change to become profitable. All right, getting started, I have like a list of questions to ask you. If it's too much, just let me know. But
No,
I'm
no,
just
it's all good.
curious,
Go on.
how did you find day trading?
It was actually my best friend Scott. He stumbled across it, and then he saw like the amount of money you could make. And then we thought it was like a get rich quick scheme. Um, and then he was obviously researching it and stuff, and then told me that it's actually quite um interesting to do. So then once I had a look at it and watched some videos, I got like addicted to it. But then obviously. Um, with me doing it now for 5 years, obviously the first year I'd say I got like bored and then quit quick because obviously I wasn't seeing any type of results. But no, as my best friend Scott, he got me on it. Yeah.
Now, is he still with it, or did he like eventually give up, or did he end up like making it,
No, no,
or?
no. He does forex now.
Oh, okay, was it forex that you started with back then?
No, no, no. I've always done. He started on futures, and
Mm-hmm.
then like he had like he was working, so price action on NQ is dead volatile, isn't it? Where
Mm-hmm.
forex you can kind of like just take your time with the price action. It's kind of like ES.
Yeah, swing. Okay.
And then the strategy that he was doing doesn't trade ICT or not, and he trades like his own strategy. It's like mixed with like high resist, like obviously double tops, double lows, and then
Oh,
fair
okay.
value gaps and liquidity. Um, so his setup was working out better on pairs and forex,
Mm-hmm.
like GBP, JPY, or he started trading like the German 30, um, which he does a lot. So yeah, no, he moved from NQ to forex.
Okay, that's pretty cool though. My next
Yeah, yeah.
question would be, so you said like you gave up sometimes. What made you like come back, or what was making you give up? Just like not seeing progress, or the strategy failing,
Yeah,
or?
I mean, like I was just blowing up accounts all the time. So um, obviously, like yeah, when it came to like paper trade and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like I'd make money. Um, obviously, I was back then in the first year, I didn't actually know what I was like really doing, if I'm being honest, when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to paper trading. But like I was still seeing results when it came to paper trading. And then obviously when it came to like the evaluation accounts, I like it was like emotion that
Mm-hmm.
like made me blow them because like I would take a loss and I'd be like, oh, I can't believe I'm down this. It'd be like a gambling mindset where
Mm-hmm.
like oh, I try and win it back and obviously you just liquidate the account. Um, so yeah, what made me like get back is just because how hard trading is kind of like I wouldn't say it's hard now than what I
Mm-hmm.
know. It's just obviously there's not that much. Like you don't know who's right in the trading game, do you? You don't know what setup I trade, what strategy actually works,
Mm-hmm.
who's a guru, who's not. But I think obviously like all strategies work, you just gotta know like your entry mob and obviously stick to it. But um, I've always been like one of those people that have been like dead interested
Mm-hmm.
in not knowing everything and then like trying to find it out. But that's what's so good about trading. You actually never know like what is gonna happen on the day.
That is true.
Um,
Very true, actually.
and also it's the only job that doesn't require a boss. You can trade in your own time, listen to your own rules, and you can make money on the go. So you could like enter a trade and then obviously do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the most freedom job that I've ever came across, compared to like e-commerce and stuff because you have to talk to customers and
Yeah,
things
it
like that.
is.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's actually very, very true. When you first started, did you always use like ICT concepts, I guess, and like, the market maker model concepts, or would you,
Yeah.
is that where you started with?
No, no, no. So I started watching I don't know if you know him, he's called Patrick Whelan.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know. I've seen
Whelan.
him online a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I stumbled across his videos
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that like he never faked his like his payout. He'd show like his payout proof or how much he earns from like creator codes
Mm-hmm.
or promo codes. Um and he trades like he he just knows like he's been trading for like 10 years now, so he
Mm.
just kind of knows the way the candles are.
Yeah.
And he trades like trends line, doesn't he? So like he'll look on the a higher time frame, like the 15 minute, look at the opening range. So if it goes above 9:30, he'll wait for like a pullback, like a
Mm.
free candle pullback, and then he'll draw a trend line from those three candles, and then wait for a bullish candle to break it, and he'll enter off that, and he'll have like a psychological stop, so he'll never add the stop loss. And then I
Interesting.
tried that, and I'm too like emotional,
Yeah.
like when it comes to stuff like that. Obviously he's been trading for a while, so it's probably different for him. But I don't like being in trades for long or not actually knowing like not having a guarantee or a certainty that like I know what I'm seeing is
Mm.
gonna work. So I gave up that, but I traded ICT like the last 2.5 years, I'd say.
Interesting. Did it feel like was it a weird moment when you like gave up that strategy and like started learning ICT, or like what did it feel like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
setback kind of?
Because yeah, I mean, to be fair, I found ICT was easier to understand
Mm.
when it came to like keywords or whatever.
I agree with that a lot.
Um, so like I was kind of like enjoying that, and then obviously you see what ICT concepts like the what that the hater gets online saying it never
Yeah.
works. Um, so like I did enjoy it learning ICT, but then also I was kind of skeptical as well because every ICT trader I've found rarely is a guru.
Mm.
Like in the inner circle trader himself, he like tried to make out he was going to win the Robins Cup and it blew his account.
Yeah, I saw
And you
that.
never really see like his live accounts. He just trades like a dummy account, I think, on
Mm.
AMP. And then obviously when JCap got that big massive payout,
Mm.
I was like, oh no, there actually is someone in the space that actually trades ICT and actually understands it. Um, so yeah, there was times where like I didn't enjoy learning it, but also there was more where like I did enjoy it because I started seeing results as well when it came to like back
Yeah,
testing and things.
that makes sense. That makes sense. Now, I know you have a degree in like what is it, graphic design? Is that right?
Yeah, game design,
How
yeah.
were you? How did you manage like trading and then like cause or were you already out of university when you started trading, or how were you
Well,
able to
I'm
manage your
25
life?
now.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm 25. I'm 25 now,
Mm.
so I started when I was 20. I don't know if I was in uni then. Yeah, I was. But it was uni was like my final year, so it's like your
Mm.
dissertation year. So and obviously COVID was around then as well, so I didn't have to go into uni. My
Oh, okay,
assignments
okay.
weren't really hard. They were kind of easy to be fair because it like I didn't really there wasn't really that much of a challenge of a task to do. It was
Mm.
obviously the last your last semester, like you had to make a game,
Yeah.
but it had to be like one level. So I did it like right at the start, and then obviously there's um ways and means to like get easy code, so where you don't have to code it yourself to just make my life easier, because I was focusing more on trading
That's smart.
than than university, because I've came to realize that university is absolutely pointless.
Yeah, I
And in the
agree.
UK, you get put in debt as well, so like they pay for your course, so I'm
Mm.
in like 57 grand debt
Damn.
of like from what the government have paid for me. So, and I've never really got a job out of it because it
Mm.
wasn't something that I wanted to pursue. It was just something that I could do, and also follow like my side hustle as well.
That's fair.
Um, but also I did do what you did, where like I traded PM sessions as well. So if I
Mm.
couldn't make the morning, I'd always look at the PM. But it's so slow, it just bored me.
Yeah, PM's pretty slow. That's what
Yeah.
I had something like that when it would have been the winter break of my first semester in college. I went home and I had to work because I just needed to work, and it was when I was trading forex on like CFDs, like prop firms, and then I would wake up at like 2:30 a.m. my time and like trade till like 4 a.m. then go back to bed and wake up at like 7 a.m. to work. It was just not.
Yeah, yeah.
It was not fun. It was a terrible month. I'll say that much. What do you say?
No, 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 no.
Oh, I was gonna ask, what do you think is the hardest? Like strategy, risk management, psychology, or and which one did you struggle with the most? Maybe.
It was psychology for sure. Um, because the differences with like strategy and risks management, that's stuff that you can like practice,
Mm-hmm.
like on FX Trader or backtest. Psychology, you can't really do it because like it's hard to explain. Well, it's not really hard to explain. It's just like for anyone that is like in the first stages, like now I don't get it, but like in the first
Mm-hmm.
stages, you get to a point where like you just see dollar signs and then you see like it makes crazy amounts of money,
Yeah,
more than a 9 to 5. So like for example, people like are making grands in like a grand in like 3 minutes, and that's like someone's monthly wage.
that is,
So
yeah.
um, psychology was definitely the hardest because you know like you can't predict your emotion really, can you?
Mm-mm,
Like
not at
you've
all.
got the stats there back like with back testing and risk management, but psychology like that will ruin everything. That will ruin your that'll ruin your strategy. It'll ruin your risk management because you're so focused on like the dollar sign instead of just watching the market play out. But that's what I struggled with the most, 100%. Like that went on for like 3 years, I'd say.
Really, the
Sometimes
same.
even now, yeah, sometimes now you do when like it's a choppy market and you're in
Mm,
a trade and you're seeing like you're up, say for example 900. So
mm-hmm.
obviously I do 50 points, so that's like 42 points or something for me.
Yeah,
If I'm like 8 points away and I see it start coming back to a break even, like I get emotional, but I just look away from my monitor and just let it play out because
that's smart.
it's the model in it.
Yeah, that's something you've helped me with a lot too. Is just trying to
Yeah,
like I have my strategy stuff and I have my psychology, but then you have to have a risk management model too. And like the 1 to 2, 25
yeah,
point, 50 points. It's just kind of I think it's the easiest because like in that model you just have to have a 40% win rate on a week by week to be profitable.
yeah.
And like
Well, and not only that, I found it that it's been the easiest way for me to rinse prop firms
mm-hmm.
because, like, if you like, well, just from the amount of time I've been trading as well, I've never really. It's really not rare, but I'd say it's more often than not you'd never catch 100 point like 100 points like banger or a
Yeah,
70 point banger. It also like it like kind of all like reverses or retests like a FVG or whatever at
yeah,
like 50 points, 40 points, something like that. So that's why like I came up with that model because you know risking 500, I'm okay with that, and obviously I'm gonna get like a 1% gain. So
yeah.
it was definitely the way for me, and that's when like my trading like game completely switched.
That makes sense. And the funny you say that because like I feel like I noticed that for me too. Like the months I'm like super dialed and like earning a payout or something is like when my risk management is so locked in and so dialed. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
matter how my trading is going as long as my risk management is locked in. Like the trading will come back around, right? Because you could just be in a bad stretch or a slump, but like the setups will come back around and you'll take better setups. But if your risk management is bad, like for example, Gabe, remember the other day you asked me like what's Gabe's problem? Like
yeah,
he
yeah.
posted it in general. He was literally had two brand new XFAs and he lost 3K in one day.
Yeah, I was actually looking at that before. I don't know how he's done that.
That's like probably honestly maybe like 5 or 6 times he's done that.
And that's like touching back on like the psychology aspect of trading. Like, for example, you can take you for an example as well,
Mm-hmm.
where like you got a payout and then you started taking losers and then
Mm-hmm.
you try to change your strategy. That's not down to like the strategy. That's down to like your mindset
A
and
hundred
like saying, "Oh,
percent.
this doesn't work." So you're talking yourself out of the own of your stats that you've actually just learned.
Yeah.
Um, but like for example, Gabe as well. Like he was up like 4 grand and he just
Yeah,
lost
that
it like
one week
that.
was in. He had 3 winning days of like
Yeah.
1,500 each, or
I mean,
it was
that's just
four
greed,
because he
that
just
though.
needed
That's
one more.
psychology as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's just all psychology, that though. Like, all. I feel like that if you can conquer psychology in trading, I feel like you can be profitable like
yeah,
fairly quickly.
I agree too. I
I
mean
feel
that.
like
What'd you say?
I feel like that's the barrier that stops people from becoming profitable, in my opinion.
I mean, I would agree. That's what I like when people ask me about like trading and stuff in my day to day life. I'm like, it's like 10% strategy, 20% risk management, and like
Yeah,
70% psychology. Like the
yeah,
hardest
yeah,
part is psychology. Like trading is pretty simple and easy itself, right? You just like look for things, but then like not revenge trading or over leveraging or getting emotional and being able to step away. There's just so many, but kind of like you said, because you can't predict your emotions. You can't predict like how you're going to react to a certain situation.
yeah. No,
Um,
100%, yeah.
yeah. What So your history, you had an 8K payout was that your first payout? I remember that was a while ago, right? Or am I crazy?
Let me check. I should have it. Yeah.
Like, what was your
Uh,
breakthrough? Like, was that your first payout? And like, what was your breakthrough moment when you were like, this is actually clicking? Or how long ago was that compared to now?
uh, so my first payout was 5K
Mm-hmm.
on the 7th last year. So when was that?
2 months ago. So it would have been like August? No, July.
yeah, so yeah, July last year. That's when like I got like my first payout to where like, oh wow, this works. But um, I'd say the moment that changed was I was still working, you see, so
Mm,
I kind of like set myself like a 6 month period to where like I'd be profitable for 6 months and get consistent payouts, and then
mm.
from that moment on, obviously I can do what I want then. Um, so what was your question again? Sorry.
It was like, was that the moment you realized it was like possible? And like, what was the gap? So you got 5K that month. You give yourself 6 months. When
Yeah.
was the next payout after that?
So the next payout I had was let's have a look. So it was the 10th then, so it was
3 months.
3 months after. Which yeah, I remember saying to someone that asked me. I think it was that IOM
I
on
don't
or
remember,
whatever.
whatever, however you say it.
Yeah, so I had a moment where like I had that big payout, and then that lasted me for like 3 months or something
What
like
was
that.
going
That
wrong
like
in that gap? Do you like remember or what?
not really. It was just I was getting to a point where like I made my first payout, and
Mm.
then I'd see the dollar signs go up, and I'd exit the trade quickly. So like I was
Oh.
getting scalps, or like I was like losing
Mm.
what I've just gained. So like say if I made 300, the scalp there, I'd lose 300.
Yeah.
So kind of like Gabe, and then I kind of just took the small winners, and then just thought, oh, let's just because my first ever strategy risk management was a 1-to-1, so I'd do 25, 25.
Okay.
Um, and then I did to start off to where I built my little tiny buffer to get my second payout. I did 12.5 points, and then obviously, so I was risking 250 to earn 250.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that for about 3 weeks, and I was like, oh no, this is not it, because I was just kind of like pressing and clicking the button.
Yeah.
And I'd see like my move, like the move that I like anticipated, like go like 50, 40 points, something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, let's just try it for a week where like I took risked 25 points for 50 points,
Mm-hmm.
and I had like a 4 winning week where like I
Really?
just didn't take no losers. Um, and then ever since then, I was like, oh well, I'll take a bit out at the end of the month of every month because I just don't want to blow my accounts. Because I've seen people where like they'll get like say they need to get 52K,
Mm-hmm.
they'll get like 55K, withdraw 3 grand, and then they've got that 2K again, like it's an evaluation account, and just blow it.
That's what happened to me.
Um,
That's literally the
yeah, so
exact.
I didn't want to do that, so I just kind of like took like a grand there, 500 there, and then just kind of built it up. And now
Mm-hmm.
I just take it the last day of the month and just take out what I think's reasonable, so I don't blow my accounts.
Yeah. That's literally the exact problem that happened to me. Is like my first ever payout. It would have been my second one. I got the first payout, had barely a buffer left, and built it back up to like probably 2 grand buffer. And then I took more out, and then I had like $1,000 buffer, and then it was like
Yeah, yeah,
pointless. Just because I was like,
yeah. I remember you doing that. Yeah,
and then it just like blows the account, and it sent me down a bad week because I was like, oh my god, I'm terrible, I'm terrible.
yeah,
But
yeah.
in reality, it wasn't the problem. Have you been on the same MFFU account since your first payout?
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
Uh, so I blew that one after my second payout, and
Mm,
then obviously when I found the strategy of doing 25 points, 50 points.
mm,
Obviously, it'd be like weeks where like I just take losers, and I blew like a fair few accounts last
yeah.
year. Let's say, yeah. So I blew about 14 accounts
Okay, yeah. So it's not been
from
perfect.
my second payout, and then when I hit January 8th, 2025, that's the accounts I've had since then.
Oh, so that's impressive. 9 months had the same
Yeah,
account.
yeah.
That's that's kind of crazy. What
I mean, I think I'm going to live my next one. I
really
think.
are you gonna? So they're gonna are you gonna like take or like your live money or like a prop firm live?
No, so it'll be a prop firm live, but it's like you could deny it,
Yeah,
but I think it's came to a point now where like I have to generally do it,
yeah,
which I'm not too fussed about, but I've heard that like the spreads aren't that nice, the entries aren't as
yeah.
clean as
Have
they
you
are in a
thought
prop firm.
about
Because
like scaling like 30 accounts prop firm wise?
um yeah, not really, not at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because for one, Apex, I mean, I think I told you like I got an email when I passed their account,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted to like know like my strategy and everything and how I've
Really, that's
earned the
kind of
money that I've
crazy.
earned on it. So I just ignored that and sacked that
Yeah,
off. And I feel like the more account you have, the more pressure you have, and I don't think
definitely. I
I'm ready
agree.
for that type of pressure yet. I'd rather like build a comfortable cushion to where I can say, okay, well, if I blow these accounts, I'll be all right for a bit.
Yeah, if you blow 20
Um,
accounts, it doesn't take like a.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's, I mean,
Like
that's
I
the
don't want to
fairest
just
part.
take on like a big massive like weight on my shoulders and then
Mm-hmm.
have dirty accounts because that would be crazy if I blew all them. I think, my head would like explode a little
It
bit, if
definitely
I'm
would
being
take
honest.
a psychological
Yeah.
impact
Yeah.
for sure. Let's see. What was like the? Are you? Would you say? You've kind of talked about it a little bit. Would you say the 1 to 2 RR, like 25 to 50 points, was the biggest, like the last like piece of the puzzle to make you super profitable, or was there? Have you
Yeah.
always been like
100%.
one trade a day maybe?
Yeah, no, to be fair, I did do the one trade a day
Mm-hmm.
thing. But like I'd start off with like a loser, and I'd
Mm-hmm.
go, oh, well, I've took a loss for the day then, and if I just waited a bit longer, my move would play out, and I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
enter because I've said, oh, I'll do one trade a day. But
Yeah.
I've got like a system in place now where like I'll say, for example, if my first trade's a loser,
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait for an 8+ setup, and then I'll go in for that. If it doesn't work, then I've took the risk, and I've just got to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
If I take a break even, I'll look for another trade, and then if I take a winner, unless I don't see another 8+ setup, I won't go in for a
Mm-hmm.
trade. But I've said to you a few times, if the setup's there and your confluence is there from what you want to see, then I don't see why you should not go in for it.
100%. That's
Because at the end of the day, it's just a prop firm. Like you can buy another account, it's not
yeah.
going to
That's
be the
something
last time you have a trade.
you've helped me with a lot too. Like
Yeah,
I still like I have a maximum. I don't. Do you have a maximum loss limit on a day? Like is yours a K? I guess 1,000.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So like
I mean,
I'm.
not now because I do
Yeah.
two cons, so it'd be 2K now. But
Yeah.
at the
True.
time when I was doing one con, it would be a K. Yeah,
Yeah. That's like my. I don't want to lose more than 500 until I have a buffer built. So I kind of am still
yeah.
on the one trade a day, at least like one loss. But if I take a break even, I'm also open to looking for another setup. But like,
But
what'd you say?
going back to your point of the 50 point to 25 point, I would say that's 100% the turning point because, like I said before, like I'd try and catch like for example, I'd look for like the external draw.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you do still do that now. I think I've like taught you not to do that now,
Yeah, I'm
but
kind of just taking my piece of the move. Like I do
yeah,
believe
yeah,
price is going to go there, like probably 100%. But
yeah. So if I was in like in a short, I'd
mm-hmm.
look for like Asia low.
Mm-hmm.
It would like come back out and stop me break even, then go to Asia low, and then I'd lose. I class them as like losers because they could have been winners if I just took my 50 points and then just moved.
Those are I've had
Um,
so many. Those are the worst.
yeah, but I mean, I've had like people ask me before, and like there's two ways you can do it. You can either just take the 50 points and then move,
Mm-hmm.
or you can take once it goes past your 50 points, you trail your stop to the 50-point mark and then just let it run. But again, because I'm so emotional,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that because if I saw, say, if I was doing one contract and I was up 1.3K and then it came back to
Yeah.
1K, I'd be annoyed that I've just lost $300.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I've thought about doing too. Sometimes like when I'm extremely confident is like just aggressive
Yeah,
trail once the 2 Rs hit, 50 points is hit. And
yeah,
it just depends on the speed of the move too. Like yesterday's move probably could have worked out because it was just such a
yeah.
volume
Well,
dump.
yeah, actually, to be fair, yeah, that did dump, like I
Yeah,
remember.
but that's not
But
always gonna happen.
no, but it also like it completely depends on the person as well, because like it depends how like you are like as well as any trader is as a
Mm-hmm.
person. So if like they find like the more like patient in life, then obviously look for like a setup that's like gonna play out longer, and then
Mm-hmm.
obviously don't put your stop loss to break even. But I'm like very impatient, so like I said, yeah, I don't like being in a move
Mm-hmm.
for more than I don't know like 10 minutes because then I start sitting there going, oh, is this gonna pull back and second guessing myself.
Yeah,
So that's why I came up with that system, and touch wood, it stays around for a long time.
it's been working. That's one thing too. Like I
Yeah,
hate, like I understand the logic of the set and forget, like lesson or whatever. But like I
yeah,
hate not seeing my trade play out in front of me. Like I don't want to close my
yeah,
laptop or some desktop and have to check on my phone. Like I'm just gonna be so emotional. Like I won't be able to think about whatever I'm trying to do outside of the trade. Like I'm just gonna be constantly checking and constantly trying to see what it's doing.
yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it all depends on the person, but
Yeah,
like I feel like the market that we trade anyway, especially in Q, you can't just close your laptop because it's so fast. So you have to watch it.
that's very very
Um,
true.
unless it's like a PM trade, then I guess that you could
Yeah,
close
I
it,
do
but I've
close sometimes
never
on
ever
those.
done that.
Yeah. What So when did the next like above 5K payout come? Was that
Uh,
like it was the 8K one, I think maybe. Could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. So I took that one, and then my yeah, then my third payout was 1.1. Then my fourth was a K. Then my fifth was 1.2, 1.2, and then yeah, it was the 8K, which was I don't even know when that was.
Was
When
that
was
the
that?
biggest
Like
emotional like, oh my god, I like did it again? Because you had the 5K, right? That probably had to feel good. But then you like the
yeah,
8K. Was it? I don't know. Like, talk me through that. Had to feel like crazy, right? Like,
yeah. No, I mean, it definitely was like a big, massive like milestone as well as like a happy moment.
mm-hmm,
But to be honest, like it didn't really phase me that much
mm-hmm,
because like over the duration of my total earnings
mm-hmm.
from payouts, that didn't really like go, oh my God,
That's
like
true, I
how
guess,
happy
because you
am
had a
I?
bunch of 1Ks adding
I
up
mean,
and stuff.
don't get me wrong, it was nice and like I do cherish those moments, but
Mm-hmm,
um it was not until like the big one, which was the end of this month,
mm-hmm.
no, the end of last month, that's when like I sat there and I gone, wow, that that's serious money in
Like,
my
how'd that feel when
eyes.
that hit your account? Like the transfer came through. That had to be
Uh, I to be honest, it was like I was kind of like startled.
just like
I was
numb.
just sat there and looked at it for about 10 minutes and just like said I've made it in my head.
No, I
But
mean,
like it definitely does like it was like a realization as well that like trading does actually work, and
mm-hmm,
anyone that puts like the mind to it and like really sits there and perseveres with it and goes through like the pain and the struggle of like back testing or
mm-hmm,
taking like losses and blowing accounts and hearing people saying yeah it doesn't work, it's like it's just a gambling.
yeah,
Like once you like get past that threshold and then you hit those like big payouts, like it's like a fuck you to the face kind of.
100%, hundred
Um,
percent.
but no, that big one was like really like sat there and I gone, wow, like trading actually does work.
Mm, yeah, fucking 20K month is crazy. How did you deal with like people saying like, did your family know or your girlfriend
No,
or
no, 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 no,
they didn't know or they didn't
no,
support you?
no, no. I mean, to be fair, my parents have didn't support me because they're kind of old fashioned, so
Mm,
they look at it like you need to get a good job and
yeah,
go to school and do all this and that. I mean, my girlfriend's like they're supportive. Like she'll just be supportive of anything I do, really.
that's how. Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, like because if she wasn't supportive, then there's no point. Like I just don't have negative people in my circle. So,
100%.
um, no, anything that I put my mind to, she will like support me like with anything like that. But like I don't tell like my parents anything to do with trading anymore.
Mm,
I just kind of just if they ask me like if I'm doing okay, I just tell them yeah.
I'm good. I'll
That's
be
it
fine.
really. Yeah.
That's fair. How do you deal? I don't know. Maybe you don't deal with this. This is something I realized is like trading should be super like simple and kind of boring. But then like when it's boring, it's like following your rule. I tell people this like following your rules and stuff is kind of boring, right? But it's like what you have to do to be profitable because you should go in the market. You should sit on your hands. You know, you're looking for something, waiting for that to happen. If it doesn't happen, you close your laptop. End of the day. If it does happen, you take it. But have you ever like dealt with the I guess does that make sense? Like the boring aspect of it. Like trading should become boring in my opinion. Once you have like your set strategy, set risk management, set everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely had that moment. I still, well, wouldn't say I have it now, but like not long ago, like a few months ago,
Mm-hmm.
I was having that because like you are right, but trading is like honestly, it's really boring. Like
Yeah.
people sit there and go, "Oh, that must be good," but like the majority of the time, you just sat there looking at candles and like I don't know, 2% of the time you're in a trade. You're not
Yeah.
in a trade. It's just like trades happen dead quick. Um, but like the way like I got over it was like if you look at trading or like I don't know prop firms or your accounts or however you want to
Mm-hmm.
look at it, if you look at it like a business and not as a game, you'll go further. So for example, like
That's good. That's
taking an
good.
L, you take it as like a business expense, so you see it as like oh it's like an investment for a
Mm-hmm.
longer day. Like where like as a game, like you'll lose it and you want to try and win it back. It's like that like I don't know like that player mentality where like oh you're like oh I've lost it, let's try and get it back, and then you just go in like some like dark slump hole.
That's
You'll
a huge
blow your
mindset shift
accounts.
actually. In business from
Yeah,
player, you want to lose, make it back. You lose, it's a business expense.
yeah.
That's actually
Like
never thought like that.
that's the way I look at it anyway. Like, and if I take wins, I don't like get dead happy because it could go tomorrow. Like I could lose
Yeah.
it tomorrow. So like I understand like people getting like dead emotional, going, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I've just hit a 3K banger or whatever." But
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just like take your small wins as they come and don't be greedy, you'll go so much farther in trading than like trying to take these big wins and then trying to take and then take massive losses as well because you'll always fall up short. Greed always loses.
Yeah, trust me. In the last probably like 2 months, if I didn't struggle with greed at that time, I'd probably be in a whole different area. Like I definitely needed to learn those lessons, but there were so many trades where like on my expresses I should have made like 1,000 or a little more, and I was just holding for like an external 100 point draw, and then I would end up break even, and
Yeah.
that's what like really set me back for a while is being so
But
greedy and just.
you have the like the privilege of like the Discord community of like
Mm,
telling you where like there's people out there that like don't really know it's an issue
yeah.
because obviously they're so caught up in their emotions that like it takes like someone from the outside to like realize like that's why I said to you like that you should only take like a 1 to 2 and not
No.
like anything else because like when like people start getting greedy like when it comes on so like let's just say for example like you try and use like a bigger size
Mm,
and you want to use two contracts to the one contract you'll try and pull like a 5K when when you were initially going for like a 2K or whatever.
mm,
um so like that's like why like it's good that you've got like this community and stuff because obviously
huge.
they
Yeah.
tell you well I mean me as well I
No,
tell
one
you when
hundred
like you mess
percent.
up.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why like I joined it as well because like it's like a not like a community where like if you fuck up it's okay, you know what I mean, like everyone
Mm,
fucks up.
no.
But
Yeah.
like it's also there as well to people tell you from like your wrongs because like trading is like learning every day. Like
Yeah.
I
It's
don't care what anyone says, like you can't like people say I've learned enough. You've got to continue learning because the market could change tomorrow. So like you've always got to be like eager to learn and eager to take uh, feedback and advice and stuff like that. And if people like are too ignorant to do that, then I don't think they're going to get very far, in my opinion. But um, no, the people that like don't know about greed and risk management and stuff
mm,
like that, it's all psychological, like I said before. But like I feel like you need someone. That's why mentors are good, and that's why I feel
yeah.
like you're doing a good job in regard. Like that's why you should like try and like take on the role of being more of a mentor
Mm,
because I mean I would say you're profitable. It's
yeah.
just your mindset that's holding you back.
100%. Yeah. I'd agree with you there.
Yeah,
It's
because
fun.
you predict the moves, don't you? You like daily bias and
Mm,
your setup and stuff, but it's just your mindset. Like you don't feel confident enough yet, and I
mm,
feel like when people say like, for example, paper trade is good for that to build up your confidence, even though
yeah.
it's not real money. If you try and take it seriously like a real money, then
Mm,
you will when it comes to evaluation and stuff, you should just breeze through them because at the end of the day, like I said, it's not going to be the last time you ever trade. So if you blow up an account, you can just buy another one,
that's true.
regardless of you just have to wait until you get paid from your job or you have to just wait a bit. But that should
Yeah.
teach you like a lesson next time, not to blow it so quickly.
Yeah.
So because if you can't afford another one.
No, I owe a lot to you honestly and other people in the Discord because like something I struggle with too is like sometimes I'll take these losing trades, which is fine, right? You're gonna take losers, but I just like, I mean, you've seen, I just like destroy myself mentally. I like say I'm the worst trader
Yeah.
ever. I don't know how to trade, and kind of touching on you too. Like I need to take on that mentorship role. I think when I am more in like teacher mode and like helping people, I trade 100 times better because I'm more logical and rational with the setups and not emotional at all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the other day, Mark was taking a short, and I was like, "Well, you're gonna have to run these 2 hourly imbalances, and it's 100 points away. Like that, logically, we're probably not gonna visit that low right now. So why are you like targeting 150 points on one trade? And then if I'm like in student mode, I'll just like do the same thing, but like I need to zoom out and look because I try to think about too. Try to jump around, but just like I gotta lead by example, right? If I'm gonna try to help someone like fix their problems and become profitable, how can I like make mistake? Not make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, but like do the silly and stupid things, you know?
Yeah.
Like I can't be
No,
getting too.
no, yeah, I agree. I mean, to be fair, you should take on the mentorship role,
Mm,
because I think a lot of people in your Discord need help
mm,
anyway, because and I not necessarily the setups.
mm,
I legit just think it's emotional, and obviously you've been through it fresher than me probably,
mm.
so like you know like what you do different and stuff. But if you like sorted your confidence out, I think you'd be like just as good trader as me or anybody
Mm.
else that's out there. I just
No,
think your confidence is it's just not there.
no, I agree. That's something I'm working on too. Like positive self talk clearing that. Like I'm feeling good right now. Like my trading this whole week
Yeah,
has been great. Like I think for some reason I don't understand why I did this, but like the last 2 weeks I just wasn't following a risk management plan. I was just trying to like pass these evals as fast as possible, which like logically doesn't make sense because that's not how I trade. And
yeah,
I don't have an answer on why. Give me one. Let me let my dog out of my room. Go play downstairs. But like I was saying, I didn't really have like a reason on why I was doing that. And like Friday, for example, I was down 500 on my account, which was fine. I took this setup that wasn't bad. It was like a 15-minute retracement, 5-minute inversion to the highs, which is like it's all right setup. It was bad because it was like right at market open, and I lost, right. So I lost 500. I should be done for the day and only down 1,000 on the account. And then like I re-entered on a 1 minute like buy up, and then like I lost like 800 on that trade. So then I had like no drawdown left, so I just blew the account. And it's like, what am I doing? Like that's not. I should never lose 1.3k in one day. Like that just should never happen. It shouldn't be possible to happen. But and I was like going into this week, I was like, okay. And that's the thing too. I mean, I showed you the picture. I hung up all these things on my walls because like I had to like
yeah,
reinstate to myself that like I know how to trade and I don't need to relearn how to trade. Like I spent my time taking notes, studying, learning setup strategies, all that. I just need to fine tune my mentality and fine tune that, and that's what I'm working on now. And so far this week it's been great. I mean, Monday I missed out on a long, would have banged on that, and then yesterday took a nice short, would have banged on that. Would be 2 for 2 on the week, not trading today. So like it's been a great week so far after making just a small minor tweak in my mentality.
yeah.
But
I mean, um, I think that's the like a big downfall as well with people's trading is people that talk negative about themselves, like they sit there and go, "I'm the worst trader ever,"
definitely.
because it like it makes you think like different. So like when it comes to like a setup, and
Mm-hmm.
like obviously if it was back testing, that it's gonna play out, but because you've just roasted yourself for the last I don't know 5 minutes, you're not gonna trust yourself, so your confidence just gets blown.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where like I go back and touch back onto the fact of me saying that taking an L is just like a business expense. That's the way you
Mm-hmm.
look at it. You're gonna lose money, but you're looking to gain a bigger margin at the end of it. So like I feel like once you've took the loss and you stick by your loss, that's why
Mm-hmm.
Top Step. To be fair, I can't lie. That's like the good feature that they have that you can lock
Oh,
yourself out and you can't
that's why I think
undo
Top Step's
it.
amazing for that.
Um, and also journaling as well is another big thing.
Mm-hmm.
People that don't journal and think, oh yeah, I just know it all. They're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna know the downfalls to where they can have like a month where they don't lose at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that's really important as well.
I'd agree. Yeah, I've had like friends, like people in the, I don't know if you know Alex. His name's like the dot dot dot, but
Yeah,
he
yeah,
like passed the funded like a long time ago. It was before when I was still in like eval jail. I couldn't pass an account to save my life, but he like passed the account and then like was doing bad on it, and I was like, well, let's like analyze, let's see what's happening. Like you're taking fine setups, you're just losing. And I was like, are you journaling? He was like, no, I stopped journaling once I passed the account, and I was like,
yeah. You don't do that, yeah,
you probably should start journaling again. I was like, why would you, get rid of what helped you get to where you are? And
yeah.
then, yeah, that was just kind of the example of. It was just crazy to me that he said like once he passed the account, he stopped journaling. Kind of like it was a reward to stop journaling once you pass the account.
I feel like though that's where you see like a lot of like good traders fail at that time is when like they get the first payout and
Mm-hmm.
they go, oh, I don't need to do this anymore, and
Yeah.
like they treat it as like just like a normal job that like
Mm-hmm.
you've worked for like 4 months or 6 months and you know it like from head to toe. But like I said, trading's completely different. Like the market doesn't repeat the same way every time. Like you might get the same move, but like
Mm-hmm.
it'll be at different price points or whatever. So like I feel like journaling, you know, taking feedback, getting advice and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like probably the most important thing. Like it's not the setup and it's not definitely not the risk management. Well, actually, it's definitely the risk management.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not the setup though. I feel like psychology is the most important thing, like in as a whole when it comes to trading. Um, and if you don't have a strong mentality or you're not disciplined enough,
Mm-hmm.
then I would say this game is not for you.
I'd agree. I'd agree with you there. A few more questions. So I asked Gabe and Mark and a couple others if they had any questions for you because I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Gabe's question was, what's your take on daily bias?
In terms of how to work it out.
Yeah, I think so. Just how like you get your daily bias.
Okay. Well, to be fair, you helped me with it.
I was curious about that too.
Like
You said that a while back. I wondered how I helped you.
so, the way I used to do daily buys was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd look for uh daily highs and daily lows,
Mm-hmm.
then scale down to like a 1 hour, no, a 4 hour, see the highs and lows, see where we were at, like as price as a whole, like how close we are to that price point, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's a hourly high, 4 hour high, or daily high. And then I would obviously just do the whole,
Mm-hmm.
higher lows, lower lows, and just do simple trend analysis or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not until I saw you like look at like imbalances and see how they get respected, and then obviously with me just watching it over a course of, I think it was like 2 weeks. I think
Mm-hmm.
I like would just go back and like watch like in the morning. If you notice, if we respect the imbalances in the morning, then you know that it's going to be a continuation.
Yeah, one hundred
If
percent.
we if we open at like 9:30 and we disrespect the fair value gap that
Mm-hmm.
we've been obtaining, then it's going to be a reversal. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, for example, like today, you were spot on with the bias. I was actually wrong. I was looking for longs,
Mm-hmm.
and but I mean, luckily, I didn't take a trade today. But and you said about the sell bias, so
Mm-hmm.
like the data candle, the 9:30 or 9:15 was it? No, 8:30
Yeah, the 8:30
data candle.
CPI candle. Yeah.
Yeah, that created a massive fair value gap
Mm-hmm.
to now what we've invested and created a 15 minute.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's what I'm talking about a reversal. So now if like obviously I'm not going to take a trade now, but like I would look for sells now and obviously target like Asia low, London
Mm-hmm.
low. Obviously the 50 point mark, but that's how I find daily bias. Now I look in the morning, look at like higher PD arrays and see what's getting respected. So for example, on the hourly, like I'll see that we've respected hourlies going. Yesterday we respected hourlies, and obviously in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously it's like mid afternoon, like 12 o'clock for me, but at
Yeah.
your time it's like early hours in the morning. Like if we're respecting like bullish imbalances and stuff, then I'll
Mm-hmm.
just look for like a continuation, and then I'd look for the if the first 15 minutes like we um inverse that fair value gap,
Mm-hmm.
then obviously I'll switch my bias.
Yeah, that's fair. That's yeah, great answer.
But
I would say.
yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. I don't recommend anyone trading at open because that's where like the manipulation moves happen.
Yeah.
So I'd say
Yeah.
like the first 20 minutes, I wouldn't trade. And obviously another thing as well, bias as well. Just touching back on it, it's kind of like that's another mindset thing. Like, because if you go into the market and you're adamant that you're looking for shorts,
Mm-hmm.
then your confluences, you're only going to look for short confluences, aren't you? For example, so
One hundred
like
percent.
um short changing the state of delivery or SMTs to that make you like be more bearish than bullish.
Mm-hmm.
So touching back on is like just looking and having a look at like the imbalances that like are getting respected in the
Mm-hmm.
morning, like in the London session, really helps you not be so one-sided. That's what I found anyway with myself. Um, and like I said, in the first 15 minutes, and then when it comes to the macro time, that's when like the move that like gets your bit of the pie
Mm-hmm.
happens. And if it doesn't happen, then that's fine. Just don't trade.
100%.
And obviously, there's 10 o'clock as well. 10 a.m. is another one. Obviously, we'll manipulate the wick, and then by like 10 past 10,
Yeah.
um, that's when we'll start moving lower or higher. But no, daily bias, it's. I do think what you've started doing is looking at the imbalance and stuff has really
Mm-hmm.
helped me like not be so fixated on one bias
Yeah, like
with
highs
with
or
the way I go. Because ever since then, I haven't really took a loss. I've only took like two, I'd say, in the last
what
three
is your like
weeks.
2 month like win to loss record? Is it? It's got to be insane, right?
Yeah, let's have a look. Um, so I haven't took a loss this month.
That's impressive. We're
Um,
10 days into the month. You know, eight,
and
six.
last month I took four losses I took last month.
Yeah,
So
that's
out of and I traded 26 times.
see, that's what
So
I'm trying to get to too. It's just being so patient and so like that's this change I had to make. It's so funny too. Is like the mental thing, is like so I've
yeah,
journaled everything for like 2 years almost now, and one day I
yeah,
decided I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and see. It was at Christmas time, like when we just got into the new year this year. So I went through all
yeah,
my OneNote journals and I made three different sections. It was pre-market trades, trades between 9:30 and 9:45, and then trades like 9:50 and after 10. And pre-market I had a terrible win rate, right? Like I was losing way more trades than winning. And then like
yeah,
after
yeah,
9:30 it was like 50-50, and then like after 10 a.m., like 9:50, 10 a.m., it was like 70% of the time I win the trade afterward. And it took me
Yeah.
like 9 more months till like now to realize that I should never be trading before 9:50. Like that's just a data driven decision that I have made off my data. You know what I mean? Because I have the data showing that like I always lose a trade when I trade after market open. I almost getting manipulated. I just do for some reason. You know what I mean? I just do,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to
no,
cut that
that's
out.
100% right. Yeah, that's like a proper logical way of thinking. Another like for example, you need to just touching back on of like the way I do 25 and 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of the like I don't know if they're brothers or the best friends. It's like PB
Yeah,
trading or
I
something like
love
that.
PB trading.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you look at their model, they
Mm-hmm.
don't push for like big massive bangers. They get
No.
like a 5 minute inversion, like touch or a 5 minute rebound. And
Yeah.
that'll be like sometimes it'll be like 35 points and they're risking 15 points. Like I know you don't have to always get a 1 to 2, but they know as well. Like because I think one of them just bought like a GT3 RS or so or
Yeah, he
something like
did.
that.
Another one bought an Aston Martin, like
Yeah,
Valkyrie or
yeah,
some
Vanquish
shit.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they don't take big winners, but like you can that's proof that like you see all the slow winners like adding up. It's just over a longer period of time, and like that's
Exactly.
what going back to like trading. Trading's not like a sprint. It's like a marathon. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a long because like think like and people need to take into perspective as well of like starting your journey to when you become profitable. Like you don't actually realize how long you've been learning the game for and
Mm-hmm.
persevering of not being profitable. And then all of a sudden, because you make one payout, people just want to chase the money, and it's just not the way to go.
Yeah.
So that's another way to look at it as well. But like I said, it's all psychology and stuff. But
Yeah.
obviously, your mindset now has like completely changed, and it's like good to see that like you do
Mm-hmm.
follow your rules now, and obviously you've got more people that are like looking up to you now because they're
Yeah.
seeing you doing it, so they should take accountability and go, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's what like lead by example is kind of my mindset now. Like
Yeah,
I know what works for me, right? I was able to get two payouts, nothing crazy, but like I've seen the system work. I mean, this goes into the next question. Like I've seen, so like I was able to get a payout right in the second one, but then like I was so anxious to take the payout out, and I think it comes from the mentality that I didn't truly believe the system worked. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how were you able
yeah.
to? Like, not that I almost thought it was luck, but I think I did subconsciously. Like, almost like, oh my god, I got lucky enough where I was able to withdraw a payout, so I need to take it out immediately, so fast.
Yeah, I mean, I've had months like that,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. And I'd say, I mean, just thinking of it now, the reason for that, I'd say, is because like I probably had profitable days where like I broke my rules and I've
Mm-hmm.
got out. So then I've sat there and I've gone, wow, I've been lucky here, to be honest. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really traded the best, and I've still been able to get um like a payout. And also
Mm-hmm.
another thing that plays on as well is like if you've got bills and outgoings and you're trying to rely on trading as a whole, a lot of people just go, oh, I've made my money for the month now, and then obviously um just take the payout. But I'd say the biggest one, well, for me personally, is I've broke my rules like a fair few times, and I've just pressed the buy or sell button, got lucky, and like caught a banger, and I've gone,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, I'll take that out immediately. That's definitely what
Yeah,
I've realized anyway.
that's fair. That's yeah. That's what I'm.
I don't know if you think like that when you if that was your mindset, like is that like triggered anything, or do you think it was
Yeah,
something different?
kind of. So when I had my first express, the first week I lost like 1,000, right? So I had 1,000 left of maximum loss limit or whatever, and I scaled down and I slowly built it up back to like break even almost, and then I had like a 3 winning days, and then I risked up a little bit and I took a win and I was up like $1,000 or something like that. So my maximum loss limit was 1,000, and on a Friday, it wasn't that I traded a bad setup or anything like that. Like I went back to my normal like original size, like 500 risk, and I took a setup, and instead of taking it like a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2, I like I have it on YouTube. It's crazy, but I like just kept dragging my TP higher and like aggressively trailing my stop, but it was like pure emotional like trailing
Yeah,
stop. Like there was no logic for price to go higher. like because it already hit
I
like
think I
the buy
remember that.
side.
Wasn't that was recent? That wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like the end of it would have been the end of July, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I was definitely in that stream. I think I remember seeing you do that, and then
Yeah.
you posted a video saying, "Did you get stopped off break even, or did you get stopped off like 300 and it went all the way to TP in
No,
the
that
end?"
one I made like 1400 in one day. Like that one because I like
Oh,
had the
did you?
stop like I was just like trailing the stop by like 5 points every move
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
No, that one was bad when recently that touch back on that it was a later trade in the session like in like 10:30 ish and there was a clear short setup beautiful and I was targeting the external level for some reason. I swear it was probably like a 1 to 4 trade. Like I think I was risking like maybe 500. I want to say a little less than that. And like my TP was like 1500 and we sell down probably a good 50 points, right? Like where price usually like starts to retrace. And instead of like trusting my bias all the way down, which was like 1 to 4 R obviously, but instead of like trusting my bias, I like pulled my stops halfway down to like 300 in profit and all we were doing was retracing to a 15-minute bearish fair value gap that we opened. So like price retraced to the fair value gap, then continued to sell off to like my original draw, and it was like that was something I struggled with for a while because I was like targeting these deep RR trades, right? But then I would like trail my stop not logically. I would just trail my stop like P&L wise. Like I'd be like, okay, if this comes back, I'm okay with 300 and not like, well, we shouldn't inverse this to go lower. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
And
mean, that's why like I did the 50 point thing because again, like I'd just be too emotional when if like obviously I've seen people catch like 1 to 4, 1 to 5s, 1 to 10s or whatever. I was like, that's good, but I feel like if you need to like just remove like the outside noise of what other people are doing and just focus on yourself because again, like touching back on the reason why I chose trading, it's all you in it. It all depends on how you trade in the day. So,
100%.
um, no, I mean trailing your stop and stuff. Like if I mean there is people do it where like they'll put it at like a swing low or
Mm-hmm.
a respective fair value gap and that works for them. Cool, but no, I mean like I obviously that's just not for me. But
Mm-hmm.
no, the emotional way, like when it comes to payout things, I have had months where I've gone, wow, like I've got off lucky here, so I'll just take it and just because in a sense it's free money in it. You're paying what
Yeah,
fifty
right.
dollars
Yeah.
for I don't know like a 2 grand payout or
Yeah.
whatever. So like you can't like count your lucky stars and go thingy, but then that can also like cycle into like your mindset going, oh, this is all luck, this is just
Mm-hmm.
gambling, and then you forget everything completely.
That's kind of like what the problem was for me. Uh, Another instance, I'm not taking too much time, right? You're fine.
No, 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 I'm
Okay.
fine, yeah.
Like you remember this? It would probably been 3 Fridays ago. I would say it was a short trade. We both took it, same setup, same everything. You took it off at your 50 points, and I held that external low, and it was on my Express account. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then fully retraced break even
yeah,
trade should have been up 1,000, called it a day. That was one of the
yeah.
moments that like I was like, what am I doing? I was like, there's no reason I should not be up. Like it had been on two accounts, it'd be like 2K. I was like, there's no real reason I should not be up right now. And that
Yeah,
was
I
something.
think I remember. Weren't you trying to get the 75 points for the evals?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. That's
And it
exactly
was
what
on your Express as well, wasn't
I
it?
had. Two expresses, three evals, copy traded them
Yeah.
all, and
And
I
I
was
think I
like,
remember saying to you, just focus on your Expresses, don't
yeah,
worry about your evals.
yeah,
But no, yeah,
exactly.
that's what I mean. Like when I've came back to backtest and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at the 50 point mark, it always retraces or rebalances to
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. Because the market's just not going to go straight down or straight up, is it?
Yeah.
It's going to come up, come down, come up, come down. But no, I remember that. That was actually like a tough moment for me to watch.
It was tough for me, and then like it just, and that was what I got into a bad loop of like just having break evens that should have been winners, and like that would
Yeah,
help
yeah,
build the buffer because like you're gonna take losses probably, right? But like the
yeah,
trades that should be winners will cover your losses, but I was never having those winners cover my losses because they were break even. So then the losses were
yeah,
just
yeah.
eating me alive. When in
No,
reality there
100%.
should
Yeah.
been that. What would be the biggest tip you'd give yourself, like you would give year one Lano, or like year three Lano? Like
Uh,
now with like 20K payout, 10K payout, what if there was like one thing you would say?
it's a good question. That one. I'd say, when I first started, like what I'm telling myself.
Yeah, what would here? We'll do this. Year one, you just start trading. What's one piece of advice you give? And then halfway through your journey, what would be a piece of advice you give?
Uh, First year, I'd say. Just trying to think what I was like. I think gamble at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, um, no, yeah, first year was actually really tough for me, really, like mentally and everything. So I'd say the first year, I'd say just trust the process,
Mm-hmm.
and then halfway through, I'd say fix your mindset.
That's good.
But then actually, no, the halfway through, I'd say, yeah, fix your mindset and treat trading as a business,
That's a huge
not
one. It really
as
is.
a personal way.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch like Justin Werlin or like any of those
Yeah,
guys?
yeah. I'll tell you what I watch, but I still do now,
Yeah, I'm
because
curious who
obviously
you did.
my
You watch like TJR at all?
yeah, I watch TJR. Yeah, I mean, I watch him not as trading,
Mm-hmm.
more of the fact of how funny he is.
He's hilarious.
Um,
He's a funny guy.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did watch his boot camp when I first started. Well, not when I first started, like the first
I
when I
think
was
TJR
two
when you
years and a
first
half
start
in.
learning is huge. I think he's great for like the beginning
He,
concepts and
he
the
is,
beginning
yeah, he
like.
is, a hundred
I think
percent,
it's
yeah.
probably better to anyone.
That's one thing I'd recommend people to learn first before anything is
Mm-hmm.
learn the key words of trading.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could watch live streamers and know what they're talking about when they say
Yeah.
liquidity, or it depends what type of strategy they wanna
Yeah,
learn. I
that's
mean,
true.
ICT is not for everyone. I mean, I don't even look at myself as an ICT trader because I know some of his concepts work, but I think they're stolen from like other people's that like
Yeah.
actually work, but they've gave it a different name. Like Justin Werland's, for example, is Forever Model.
Yeah.
It's not even his. It's I think it's a Powerwell
Yeah.
Trades um thingy. And he, to be fair, I can't lie, I did like him, but I do think he's a guru now.
Dude, I know the
Um,
Justin Werlin switch up is kind of crazy.
yeah,
In my
yeah.
opinion,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
insane.
he had that series, didn't he, when he started the 5K account and then blew it within
Yeah.
I think it was a week or something like that.
He was like he I remember watching his like reasoning was like this
It's
account
not enough
doesn't
gain for me or something.
sustain my
Like,
lifestyle, so I can't trade on it anymore.
yeah. And then I don't know if you know Key Flow Trades.
Maybe if I saw his thing.
He's like I think he's like a Saudi Arabian
Mhm.
guy. Um, he's good mates with Powell. Like they have
Mhm.
a house together, and he like bottom ticked this trade in Asia session, and
Mhm.
then if you go like obviously I'm in Justin Whelan's Telegram, and he
Mhm.
caught the same move, so he's
Oh, I
copying
saw
traders
something
now.
about that the other day. I did. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
that.
he's copying traders now, and like it's just whatever works, and he just wants to advertise his journaling
Mhm.
website that is exactly like Tradezilla. It's just in neon green in
I
it.
saw
So,
that.
but no, I watch trade. I do watch Justin Whelan because I like to see what he's talking about and if he
Mhm.
knows what he's talking about, which he does. I
He
can't
does
lie.
though is the thing. He does.
Um, I watch PB. I watch
PB's
Patrick Whelan.
cool. I'm a big fan of PB these days.
Yeah, yeah. I watch Patrick Whelan. I watch. I don't watch the ICT anymore. I watch
Mhm.
Tanya Trades. You watch her?
Tanya? Yeah, yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I watch her live streams sometimes.
yeah,
I just feel like she's too patient of a
she's got
trader.
so much patience. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking
But
insane.
I don't really watch any traders in terms of like wanting to learn things
Mhm.
because I feel like if you learn too much and put too much stuff in your brain, it overcomplicates everything. Obviously, I just say in respect to learning things is obviously just take feedback and advice from people that are going through the same situation as you,
Yeah.
and obviously you butt heads. But try to learn like new strategies, new concepts. It's not really um a smart way of going about it.
Mhm.
Like order blocks, for example.
I
Like
was gonna ask you about this. I was literally just gonna ask you about this.
yeah, like I mean I have used order blocks. I
Mhm.
just look at it as another confluence, but it's not a confluence that I look out for.
Mhm.
And I don't really think order blocks, I wouldn't say work, I'd say like they need to be aligned with something else first
Yeah.
before it gets developed. But people like trader don't they have like a breaker block or
Yeah.
they use like a mitigation block and whatever that is. Like obviously that's just people's strategies and stuff. But yeah, I only trade order blocks if it's like in line with like my other
Mhm.
confluences first.
I agree. That's what. Yeah. Like this summer, pre this summer, I used to like try to look for every single confluence, and then like TT trades.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
came
He's
out with
actually a
a
very good YouTuber.
he came out with a video and it was like simplify your strategy. And he was like, you just need to have a list and write down what makes the most sense to you, and that's all you trade. You don't need to be looking for breaker block, unicorn, order block,
Yeah,
continue like whatever the thing's called, and then mitigation block and stuff like that. So
yeah,
just trade
yeah.
what. Do you remember Tim in the Discord? He hasn't been in a while,
Yeah. No.
but wow, he used to send his charts and like he would have so much written on his chart. He hasn't been in a while, but it was insane. like he was trying to be ICT essentially, like how they just like write everything out and like have a million things drawn on their screen and stuff like that. But it was insane to
Um,
see. Yeah,
I'm sorry to have you seen what Gabe's done?
the just now.
Yeah, he's earned 5.4K on the Apex
Let me
Express.
see. Thing is, I don't think he's gonna be able to.
But he's lost 4.9K. He took 23 trades with 56 contracts. Oh God.
He's up. What is he up?
See,
Five
that's a
k.
prime example there. That's a prime example of what I was talking about when it comes to like greed and psychology and stuff.
Yeah,
Because he's already took an L today, and didn't he blow up accounts today?
he blew two. Yeah, he blew two this morning. Now
Yeah,
he's on.
that's crazy. Honestly, that's where like I'd get like a headache from trading. That's like way too much time on the charts.
He just lives on the charts. Yeah.
Like I mean, like people need to like, well, people in the Discord that need to like really look at Gabe. I feel like he's a massive example of he's like so close to being
Because he
profitable, but
knows
his
what to do.
mindset is
He
just
knows
stopping
how
him.
to trade, and that's what I
Yeah.
tell him
Well,
all the
yeah,
time.
clearly because he's being profitable.
And that's what I told him too. Like, he had this like he loves the trade Asia session, which sometimes works out for him and sometimes doesn't. And there was a while when it just wasn't working out for him, and he would pass these accounts and then just blow them in Asia session. And I was like, you just gotta cut out Asia session. I was like, you're killing yourself in Asia session. And then he did. He cut out Asia session for a while. And then that one week when he was up like 4K in 4 days, he was just trading New York AM, and then he like blew it, and now he goes back to Asia. And he says, I'm only trading Asia on the evals, not expresses. And I'm like, well, how you do one thing is how you do everything. You're building a bad habit. You gotta, like only trade on this session if you're gonna trade this session. And it's just things like that. It's tough to
Yeah.
watch because he's so close. He's so close.
Yeah, he actually knows what he's doing. His mindset is just so he's like he just follows the money, I think.
No, yeah, and I think he'll. I try to help him. I think he'll figure it out. But the thing about having this Discord and stuff with all these like people that have been around for a while, it's interesting to see where their problems are. You know what I mean? Because like everyone has a different problem with their like trading overall, and it's pretty. I don't know. It's interesting to me to be able to see all the problems because like they come to me and ask me for help, which is awesome. I love helping them, and it's a lot easier to like help somebody too because like you're not like when someone asks me like what am I doing wrong, like I'm not emotional like telling them. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Yeah.
like they're just
Well, let's
looking past it.
ask you the question then. What would you give your 1 year self, and then your halfway advice? What advice would you give?
Let me think.
Because I think people benefit from your point of view as well as mine.
Mm, I would say interesting. When I first started trading, I was in a great spot. Well, I'll start like so I started doing like options and stuff in like mid high school, but like when I first started like actually trading like futures and stuff like that was like October of like 2 years ago. And it was like straight TJR and I was doing great. I mean, I passed the funded in like my second month of trading. Obviously, I blew it, but
Really? Yeah.
the biggest like downfall I think in my trading was like last summer, not the one we just had, but the one prior. Is when I started watching like heavy Justin Werlin, and I thought like I thought I was the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought I could
He
catch
does make
every
you feel
move.
like that.
What?
He makes you feel like that watching
Yeah,
his videos.
he makes you feel like you can murk the pre-market, you can murk
Yeah, yeah.
the everything, and that was like it's weird to look at my journey because I started on such a good area, and I back in the day, like I have the journals from like when I first started journaling. I was like one trade a day after 10 a.m. No trades if news. Like I was TJR strategy, and it was working for me. I would say, wow, that's a tough. What would I probably just like? Maybe just keep going, stay with it, and be more confident. Probably be more confident in myself.
Yeah, I'd give you that advice.
Yeah, and then midway through, I would say like simplify. You need to like extremely simplify.
Yeah, that's a
May
good one though.
hugely simplify because I was just trying to be Justin Werland. Let's be honest here. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be like if you watch like that video that you found me from, like I was just like I mean I gave a great analysis, but like holy heck, is that a lot? It was like just
No,
yeah
yeah, I remember that.
yeah, and like probably now would just be like if I had to tell myself now, just be confident. That's like
Yeah,
it's simple as that. And it's funny like because like that's what I've after like reflecting the last couple weeks and like talking to you and everyone, I've realized that my problem is confidence, right? That's the one thing that's like keeping me holding me back.
yeah,
And
I'd say it is.
so that's the one thing I'm working on. And fun story, I used to be like really good at Fortnite. Like I was like pro Fortnite player, made a little bit of money from it, and this was when I was like
So did
15,
I.
14, and like when I was playing Fortnite, I was too confident because like no one could like kill me, right? Like like I was so good, and obviously like I would die sometimes. That's like you get what I'm saying. But like I was
Yeah,
so confident, and like I'm trying to. That's why I like watching those old montages, because like I'm trying to like root back and like pull some of that confidence back from that and bring it into my trading.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 100%. I mean, that's mad the way you used to be. I wouldn't say I was a pro Fortnite player, but I was
Mm-hmm.
like really good at Fortnite.
Yeah,
And I used to do the solo cash cups and stuff and
yeah, yeah,
actually like
yeah,
get far in them.
yeah. I didn't make. I made like I think it was like $500 over like my whole time, which like obviously isn't crazy, but like for like I was like 15, 16, so like
Yeah.
and I was literally
I mean,
just
that's
like
crazy
gaming
to
all
be fair.
day. Yeah,
See, I feel like money just comes your way
yeah, and
and you learn real estate as well.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
another
I'm in
big thing.
finance and real estate, but
Yeah.
funny story time. So I had a good friend. His name was Joji. We both were grinding Fortnite at the same time. And this will be interesting, people. This is like kind of what helped me stay consistent with trading. Is we were both super super good at Fortnite, kept grinding, and after like a year and a half, I didn't really have any like takeoff like I wanted, so I like gave up Fortnite kind of like I stopped grinding, grinding scrims, all that stuff like that, and he kept grinding. He stayed through it. He ended up blowing up. He has like 100K on YouTube. He made like 50K in earnings, and just had like this great like made a good amount of money for how old he was, and that was something that always like stuck with me because I was like, wow, if I would have kept
Yeah,
grinding,
that's crazy.
I probably would have had the breakthrough that he did, right? Because like that was my duo, like we played together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's like when I started trading, I was like, I would not let that happen again, where I give up and then like the success happens. I guess like I was like I'm gonna stick with the trading until it works. Is kind of what my
I
mindset
do, I
was.
do. I don't think you're gonna struggle with not being successful in trading.
Mm-hmm.
Just from what I've seen,
No,
anyway.
yeah,
I mean,
this is what
people
helped me
might
like
disagree.
earlier on. Like now, I don't really like care at all because like I already have like profitability established, like system stuff like that. But
Yeah,
like early on when I couldn't figure it out, and like it was like learning all these new concepts and studying and stuff like that. Like that was what my
yeah.
motivation was. I was like, I will not let this happen twice in my life.
No, no, no. That's. I mean, it's a good mindset to have, and I feel like, but well, you're still here, aren't you? Really doing it every day without fail.
Yeah.
I mean, and you've had some tough times where like you took breaks and you've had like a losing month and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's some people like don't realize as well, which you should talk about more is the fact that you've had a losing month
Mm-hmm.
like on an express and didn't
Yeah.
blow it
Yeah.
and still got a payout from it.
That month, yes,
That is crazy.
that's like a historic month for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like again, like going back to like greedy people,
Mm-hmm.
when they take a loser and their account's down, I don't know, 1,000, let's say, and they've got £1,000 buffer left,
Mm-hmm.
and they still choose to trade minis. That's when like you can kind of see someone's downfall, but like you like de-risked and like, went
Yeah.
down to micros and did like one micro, and now for some people, including me, that would be so boring seeing like $1, $2,
I know. I don't know
like.
how I did
But
it. Like
But you still persevere with it and you brought the account back and still got a payout from it, which I don't think like that's like a
mm-hmm.
big achievement in my eyes anyway, and it should that even that should show as well that like trading's possible as well because
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy in my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that now.
I'm that's something I'm very proud of and impressed by. Like in the moment, I remember being in the moment because I was at home for the summer. I was on my laptop, and I remember just like every day I'd load up the charts and I was like, like it wasn't like I was like talking bad to myself. Like I was in a great headspace and stuff, but I was like something's just not clicking here, and I was like, and then I would enter a trade, blitzed my stop loss, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, well. We're gonna journal this trade. We're gonna make our recap. We're gonna go do our day, and then we're gonna go back tomorrow. And then I would log on. I'd log on again, blitz my stop loss,
Yeah.
and then like I
No,
was like,
that is crazy. I don't think I could do that now. Like, and that's on a serious note. Like me, if I had my express down to like, I don't know, I had $300 left. I
mm,
think I would just full port it. I don't think I could try and earn it back. But I mean, now that looking back on it, that must have created like so much discipline for you now.
Yeah, and
Um,
100%, a lot of discipline, and that's why I try to like. So like obviously like the month before that was great. The month before that was great, right? Like great trades, good P&Ls, passing accounts, stuff like that. And then like August, was good but bad. There was some both, but secured a payout. And like if you look at a time frame wise, like I've only really had like 2 bad weeks so far in the last like 4 months where my trading has been like not the best overall. And it'd been like last week and the week before that, where I was just like over leveraging, not following my plan. But like if I get too zoomed in on my own life, I think like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? These are terrible setups. Like I'm a bad trader, like go back to that. But then if I zoom out on my life, I'm like, wow, I just had a couple bad weeks in the last like 5 months. I'm fine, right? As long as I fix these things and move forward. Like starting this week, like I'm back on track now. Like I feel good. I feel good in my trading. My trading is good. Like everything. I have my risk management plan. The psychology is aligned. I'm waiting for my time frames, like stuff like that. It's just I think sometimes people get too zoomed in on their own life and they have to zoom out of their own life perspective wise to realize that, it's not the end of the world. Like you said, it's a business expense.
yeah, 100%.
Um, Last question, unless you have any, but do you think anyone can be a day trader or does it take a certain type of person?
That's a good question. I've actually been asked this before,
Mm-hmm.
by my best friend. My answer is no. I don't think anybody can do day trading. Um, and I do think it takes us like, well, not I wouldn't say a certain type, but a group
Mm-hmm.
of personalities I think can strive in trading. And I'd say obviously I think I've mentioned it before in this, and I'd say people that are too emotional. And what I mean by that is obviously I'm emotional and I'm
Mm-hmm.
obviously impatient, but um, people that only chase the dollar sign, and
Mm-hmm.
people that are arrogant to where like they don't listen to feedback and don't think that like their way is the only way.
Mm-hmm.
People that are so fixated on like people with that mindset and so fixated, you're not going to get nowhere. And I'd say people that aren't disciplined. So, for example, like just so I what I overcame
Mm-hmm.
with my discipline. So I used to smoke
Mm-hmm.
cigarettes, and then obviously I used to smoke the green stuff that Mark smokes.
Yeah.
Um, when I was like, well, I used to smoke weed when I was 14 to
Dang.
17,
Mm-hmm.
and then I smoked ever since then till 23. And then
Mm-hmm.
I said to myself that because I used to always say to myself in my head, oh, I'm gonna pack this in, I'm gonna pack this in,
Mm-hmm.
and I found out like, well, I experienced anyways that when I like said I was gonna pack in and I didn't pack in,
Mm-hmm.
like I was lying to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So like it like creates this like psychological thing in your head that like it's like that saying where like you say I'm gonna go to the gym today and you go I'll do it tomorrow, or like
Mm-hmm.
any task that you have and you go I'll do it tomorrow. I've like I did this thing where like I said to myself, it was on actually New Year's Eve. I said I'm gonna pack smoking in,
Mm-hmm.
and if I pack it in, then I've got to actually follow through with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did it, and I haven't smoked for the last 2 years.
That's impressive.
And I said I'm gonna go to the gym every day. I went to the
Mm-hmm.
gym every day. And I feel like, and I say, I'll get like a cold shower. Now everybody hates cold showers. Some people like them. I hate them, but like
Mm-hmm.
I get them just to purposely build my discipline. I don't lose that. So I feel like people that have bad discipline and are one of them where like they'll say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
type of people. Those type of people won't make it in day trading as well. Because day trading is honestly like going back on it, like you said, where it's like 10% setup,
Mm-hmm.
2% risk management, or whatever. 90% of it is discipline and mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can have a good mindset and be disciplined, you will make it very far in this game.
I agree. That's one thing I always tell people is how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're not disciplined in your outside life, you're probably not going to be disciplined in your trading life. And
Yeah.
it's a simple thing. Well, thank you so much. Any advice you have for me in my trading and my new content journey, trying to make these type of videos? Um,
Yeah, I've got a few. I've got a few. I'd say
mm-hmm.
for what, like, just for you,
Yeah.
is that honestly, you do actually need to be like really confident in yourself and trust your setups, and don't be so precise with your entries, because
Mm-hmm.
if you're so confident about the move playing out, then it doesn't really matter. your entry is, obviously don't have a ridiculous one where like price is pumped and then you
Yeah,
enter.
yeah.
But like I feel like sometimes you try and get like too much of a precise entry, like on a
Mm,
fair value gap, and sometimes it'll run away from you. You'll go, oh, well, I've missed the trade, which it's not that bad because having a mindset of going into trading,
mm,
like if you go into like every day trading and say, I'm not going to catch a setup today.
mm,
That is for those type of traders that like catch precise entries are good anyway. But like I feel like you in general, like don't worry about the precise entries too much and obviously just be more confident yourself. And
definitely.
also, I would try and be more of a teacher and a mentor as well as a trader as well.
Mm,
Because I mean, the majority of people that join your Discord, the live streams,
mm,
I'd say about, I think, well, how many did you have today? 10. I'd say like seven of them, six of them are like on that journey where like they're like at the line where like they don't know how to become profitable.
mm,
And I feel like you've went through like the highs, the highs, the lows. So you had a really good start, which I never. I had a terrible start, but you
mm.
had a really good start, and then now you're suffering now. Well, not now. I mean, like a month ago, you like
Yeah,
obviously
like
you were
in,
going through like the
yeah.
the, the bad stuff. So like it's really fresh in your brain of like your emotions and your trading skill. Honestly, it's like when it comes to like daily bias and stuff, like you are very good at that.
Mm,
So I feel like you need to take on more of like a mentor role and actually like put yourself out there to help people
mm,
because I feel like you would help quite a lot of people.
mm. It means a lot. It does, and I'm definitely gonna do that and start working towards that as I try to every day now. But 100%, like, yeah, I mean, I just agree. I totally agree. It's nice to hear someone else say it because you think about it by yourself, but like we've been in the same call for like what 2 months now consistently, maybe more.
Yeah.
But like you know me pretty
I
well.
think
I know
loads of
you pretty
people would
well.
agree. I think loads of people would agree with that,
Mm,
if I'm being honest. Because like, I don't know what it is. You've just got like a very engaging like voice,
mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like for me, example, people probably listen to my voice and go, "Oh, this guy's not engaged and he's probably boring." Well, like you like keep attention of people,
mm,
so I think that's why like you should take on that role more. And also you don't like stop trading or nothing because
yeah.
trading's probably always going to be number one.
I
But
love trading. Yeah.
there is a lot of people in your Discord that like do need help, so
Mm.
like I don't see why you shouldn't do that as well. And it would also help you as well talking about it.
It does. It helps me a lot, honestly, because like I said, I just gotta lead by example. I can't be over
Yeah,
trading and tell XYZ not to over trade or tell them not to over leverage, and I'm over leveraging. Why are they gonna believe me if I can't even do it?
yeah. Because I mean, it helped me like not over trading, like
Mm,
joining your live streams because obviously, like I said to you, I think I've said to you before, like it would be a point where like I was just sitting at the charts by myself, like just watching charts.
mm,
And I'd find myself like over trading. So obviously joining your Discord and stuff, it
yeah,
gives me like a reason not to enter any trade.
yeah. No, that's
Do you know what I
fair.
mean?
Yeah,
But no, it's been good doing this.
yeah.
I hope it's helped anyway, people.
It's helped me a lot. I think this is a very valuable video. There's a lot of information in here. I think it could help somebody. I mean, it's helped me. It's helped you. It's helped the people in the Discord. And yeah, I'm just very appreciative for you doing this. Appreciate it a
No,
lot.
no, it's all good. It's all good. I just hope it does help people do it because I've been doing it now for 5 years.
Mm,
And I'd say the last 2 years, maybe just under 2 years, has like really like hit that point where like I've gone, oh, this is actually working, and I
mm,
like honestly I can't stress it more. But like you do have to just trust it, and like don't listen to everybody saying, oh, it doesn't work, because
mm,
honestly it does. It's just you've just got to apply yourself
mm,
um in a way that like is going to make you succeed. And obviously you're going to take L's, you're going to blow up accounts and stuff like that, but it's not the end of the world. Like I
mm,
said, look at it like a business and don't take it personal, because if you look at it like a business, you're going to have a different mindset to where taking it personal, and don't rely on trading. Make sure, like get a job and then do it on the side and then wait
mm,
until, you see yourself being profitable for like 6 months, 8 months, and then decide to take that jump.
mm.
But I feel like because you only live once in life, I feel like you have to take risks, man. And,
That's very
you know,
true. That's
if you
fair.
are, if you're all for trading, because I'm one of them where like I can't sit and just be like a corporate guy. I've never been into
It
jobs. I've
scares me.
never enjoyed getting told what to do,
That's like hell
stuff
to
like
me.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like if life's here to take risks. Like I said, you only live once, so like just persevere with it, and that's why most traders fail. It's not because of the setups don't work or
Mm-hmm.
psychology, it's because everybody gives up because they don't see the progression that they want to see. But
Mm-hmm.
you just have to persevere with it and just trust that it will work. Because I believe in like manifesting and stuff. So
Yeah, I
if
do
you
too. Yeah.
truly believe in yourself, I promise you it does work.
No, yeah, that's a great final message, honestly. Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. It means a
No, it's
lot.
all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. You what are you gonna hit the
And
gym?
you?
Get a good lift
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Well, I'll see you tomorrow for
Yeah, I'll
sure.
see you tomorrow morning then. No, thank you.
Yeah. No worries. See you later.
See ya.